Hi, this is Cheryl Metcalf again. Well, Hazard, actually, married name. Um, so I went through a 5-year battle with Child Protective Services of Pennsylvania for my son Nathan. They tried to use my Asperger's syndrome against me to permanently take away my rights to be Nathan's parent, and they failed because the judge said no, they weren't allowed to do that. But what I wanted to talk about was some of the things that I learned from my custody fight. Maybe in the hopes that somebody else who's going through a custody fight for their child might benefit from it. So while I was going through trying to fight for Nathan and dealing with CPS, I was trying to do online schooling to become a social worker, and that dream got dashed because, well, I had to do the fight for Nathan. But some of the things that I learned from that experience is that they, one, really look for the cleanliness and organization of the house and the living conditions for which a child is living in. So if there's poop smeared on the wall, there's a problem. One of the first things that I thought of when it comes to cleaning the house is if the place smells like a dump or there's rotted food, that's the stuff to deal with first. In terms of prioritization of get the place clean and get that dealt with. Anything that stinks, rotted food in the refrigerator, trash that needs to be taken out, that stuff, deal with it first. Yes, getting the place organized is a good idea. That's a weakness of mine that I have, is trying to get things organized because I have too many papers or whatever that I don't need. One of my favorite get the place clean strategies was having 3 boxes. Keep it, toss it, and to be sorted later. So if I had a huge pile of papers and I don't have a lot of time to clean and I need to get that place clean, the papers can go right in the to be sorted box and deal with it later. And what I learned was it was really important to have a plan. I'm telling you, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you are so screwed. If CPS has to constantly tell you what you need to be doing and you're waiting for them to tell you, you're not going to make any progress and you're going to be screwed. When I first had CPS up my butt, I really didn't have much of a plan. I mean, I was not prepared to have to deal with CPS at all. I was completely unprepared. And I'd had a strong lack of experience taking care of kids, which really doesn't help. But what I'm going to tell you is that if you need help getting a job because you say have a disability, contact Social Security and they can help you to line up somebody who can help you to figure out the right job or the right training or whatever and do it. And take the initiative to do it. Don't wait for CPS to tell you to do it. If you're struggling with parenting or you don't know what parenting, if you're struggling as a parent and you have no idea how to discipline your kid, buy books on parenting. Start reading up. Go take a parenting class. Find out for yourself where the parenting class is. Don't wait for CPS to tell you where they have a parenting class. In my case, I have Asperger's syndrome and my medications stopped working on me for my stress response. And I started doing yoga as a way to deal with my stress because, well, the medication wasn't working and I needed something. So I gave it a shot. And then I told CPS that that's what I was doing as a result. That's what I told my caseworker. And the only time when I really started making progress was when I actually took the initiative to plan what I was doing and started telling them what I was doing. I acted like I was my own boss. You have to act like you're your own boss. Get in charge of you. Because if you if you can barely even take care of you, if you have no idea how to even get in charge of you, you're going to be so fucked when it comes to dealing with CPS. You're going to be so screwed. I had one time where my electricity was turned off and CPS ended up my butt again. But I had a game plan in place for how I was going to get the groceries more easily, get the automatic bill pay set up. I submitted a whole plan to them. And I went from, it took me 5 years to get them off my back to 1 week. And that is a distinct thing about having a plan. That is a key difference in having a plan. Having experience or having a plan. So if you don't have a plan, you need to start figuring out one right away. You have to know what your weaknesses are really quick and know what to do with them. I mean, for example, they look at your mental health and whether you have depression. I had depression and they chose to use it against me. Do you have a plan to deal with the depression? Do you have a doctor lined up to evaluate you or a psychiatrist? Do you have supplements that can help you with depression? Do you have a plan? Because if you don't have a plan, and they'll use it against you in court in 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds, one, half of one. They will use it. So what I want to say to you is that you have to have a plan. If you have a drug problem, you need to be the one calling the facility to say, hey, I need to get help. Or go to AA or, Narcotics Anonymous or whatever. You need to have a plan to deal with it. Don't wait for them to tell you you need to be in that and then you're getting screwed. You need to be telling them I called them and arranged to go to a meeting. Take the bull by the horn. Empower yourself to deal with it. Show them you know who's boss over your own life. You got to show them who's boss, and it's not them. You need to show them it's not them, that it's you. Take the bull by the horn. Yank that bull, baby. Yank it.